Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNLive.com today.
And now a man that has few manners and no understanding of social status. Big John Lipscomb.
Our special guest this evening is Max Igan from Queensland, Australia. He has a brand new film. I really want you to check it out. It's very important for all of us that you understand reality as it really is. I benefit from you understanding it, and you benefit from me understanding it. The film is The Awakening, Divine Connections. You can see it and his other films at thecrowhouse.com, thecrowhouse.com, or on YouTube. I want to talk, Max, about how we can individually talk or communicate with the Creator. I taught my 3 daughters that their life is a song. They are the writer, the conductor, the instruments. So I told them, play an interesting song, and sometimes it's up and down, that's the way we are, in this human flesh, but they are doing a fantastic job and playing a beautiful song in their lives. Max, how do you allow the Creator to speak with you? Is there a quiet time that you sit with it, or how do you do that?
It's hard to explain, John. It kind of just washes through me. I just put myself in that energetic state, and I try to remain in it all the time. It's, as I've often said, it's a knowing. Once you know it, you can't unknow it. It's understanding your connection to the energy, understanding your connection to each other, understanding there truly is only one consciousness. And we are all just expressions of that consciousness. And understanding every single moment of my life, every single conscious moment, and probably even when I'm asleep, I don't know, I'm asleep, but every conscious moment of my life, understanding that every single thought that I have, and we have 60, 70,000 thoughts a day, each one that I have, I'm communicating with this reality around me, and I'm helping shape this reality around me. And understanding my heart is an actual electromagnetic generator that is replenishing the supply all around me all the time. I just stay in that state as much as I possibly can. And things just come to me. I don't know how it happens. I honestly don't. I can be sitting here, just usually in a little bit of quiet time, and it's like a wave washes through me. I don't know how else to explain it. And it's the most wonderful feeling, though. It's the most wonderful feeling. But I'd like to put something to people to understand, because I know there is a lot of Christians listening to this show. They could just look within themselves to this information, look at what the teachings of Christ actually was, and him saying that heaven lies within you. And just stop and have a quick hypothetical about institutionalized religions. Consider the following. Consider the possibility of the following. You've got someone like Jesus who has come and given this message to the people, how we control this reality every moment of our day. We control the physical world around us with our emotions and our intent. And he's done all these demonstrations to show it. He gets killed for it by the Roman court. They want to keep this information out. But it takes off and people start doing this stuff. So 300 years later, they form a council. And this is the Romans. This is the Romans who formed this council. This is the people who killed Christ. The people who killed Christ formed a council, and they got all of the teachings of the Bible and they put them together into the canon of the Bible. They took out 45 books they took out of the Bible, or 20 books they took out completely, and 25 they edited to the point of non-recognition. And they took all the information pertaining to your emotions and all the stuff that Christ was trying to teach you, and they put this new Bible out to lead you away from these teachings. And whenever you're in church, consider the possibility that what I'm saying about praying from within, this is how you communicate with the Creator. It's the emotion, it's the feeling, the intent, the love, the energy that you are channeling within. This is how you do it. You attract this goodness into your life by not praying for something, but by acting as though the feeling as though the prayer has already been answered. The prayer has already been answered. You are giving thanks to the prayer for being answered. You are feeling the feeling of what you want in your life. As Gandhi said, we must be the change we want to see in the world. This is the true nature of prayer, but instead of that, they get you in these buildings that are designed to channel energy, as we talked with one of the other talks we had about the geometric shapes of buildings, how these are things that are designed to channel energy. And you sit there and you pray externally. You're praying for something. So you are acknowledging the fact that this peace is not in the world, that this love is not in the world. And you are literally channeling this energy to create that reality that is loveless and is godless and peaceless and full of war. You're creating this by praying externally in a building designed to channel power. This is why they've constructed these religions to do this. And this is not anything against Christianity. This is just helping, trying to just ask you to at least consider the possibility of what I'm saying. Look back and read the teachings of Christ and leave out the rest of the Bible. Just read the teachings of Christ. Read what Christ said, because that's the key. That's the key to the whole thing. And people need to understand that. They need to understand the damage they can do to the world by praying in the wrong manner, by ignoring their emotion and their feeling and their intent behind their actions, because that is the key to the whole thing. It really, really is. It's all about Christ consciousness. That's what my whole message is about. This is all that I'm trying to tell people. It's so hard to do, John. It's so hard to try to explain this to people without them seeing it as an attack against Christianity, because it's not.
Yes, I agree. I do not. I agree with everything you say, and I consider myself a true Christian, and I have for 25 years. I think the Christian church is completely lost, and if they just look at what they've manifested, they fall for dupe after dupe, baby Bush, and he rallies them for war, and they go and they want to slaughter innocent children and women and men that had nothing to do with the crime of 9/11. They just look the same way, I guess. It's a terrible thing, and that says a lot about the institutional Christianity, is that they are so easily duped. But they were warned about it also, Max. Christ talked about the wolves in sheep's clothing. Who would they be other than these liars, these TV evangelists, and those that are in charge of the church? It's just the message of Christ has been lost in it, and it is being picked up from those outside the church, as I see it, and they're doing something positive with it. There's a lot of people, Max, listening to your words and words of other people that have picked it up and reflected it back to them. And I think it's the most profound time in the history of man. I totally agree with you that we're coming to an apex of time that all is determined. We're either going to get heaven or hell, and we just cannot waste any more time. We have to feel the love that Christ has given us that's inside us, and run with it. We just don't have much time to waste.
Yeah, we're perched on the brink, John. It's absolutely on the brink. It's one way or the other, but it's about Christ consciousness, my friend. That's what it's all about. And I'm not a Christian. I'm not religious in any way, shape or form. This has just come to me. I've come to this understanding to my research and just through my experiences. And it's just trying to get people to understand that is so hard because of the constraints that their institutions have put on them.
Well, you're doing a great job. TheCrowhouse.com. Good night.